Okay, this is Westgate, which I have plenty of video on Westgate, but this is a different video because I just want to say that David Siegel, the owner of Westgate, died at 89 years old on April the 5th. His story is remarkable. He started his career or his investments, I guess it's a career, in timeshare. He was more than broke. In other words, he owed a fortune in about 2008, and he did not give up. Because it's weird that when you're a billionaire, when you go broke, people still want to loan you money. Because you know what? They always come back. Sometimes it's in 6 months, sometimes it's in 5 years. His took a turn, I think in about 2 years. Based in Orlando, he had a lot of properties in Orlando for timeshare, making a fortune, and then the market crashed. But he knew it would come back, and he stayed with it. 2014, he bought the Westgate, Las Vegas. And I think he got it at a steal of a deal. It's suddenly undisclosed on the amount, but when he bought it, the amount was announced at 385 million. That is a steal of a deal. I mean, this is the iconic Las Vegas Hilton. International before that, and Las Vegas Hotel after that. But let's don't lose the sight of the fact that it was the Las Vegas Hilton. Maybe the most iconic hotel in Las Vegas. I mean, what else would be more iconic? This is where Elvis played. This is the original sports book, Superbook. Everyone talks about it. But back to David. So he died on April the 5th, 2025, at the age of 89. He was still in the business. He was still daily in the business. He had a lot to do. He was going between Orlando and Las Vegas, not as much in the final years, but he was commuting, private jet, obviously. But the sad thing about it is his wife, Jackie, lost her sister 3 days later. 3 days after she lost her husband, her sister accidental overdosed on cocaine. It was laced with fentanyl. Just a public service announcement. Stop doing recreational drugs. It's just too damn risky. There's no such thing as you trust your dealer. No such thing, because you don't know where they got it. The reason they lace it with fentanyl is obvious. It makes it cheaper for them. They step on it. You get an incredible high, and they can sell you $80 worth of cocaine that they've only got $10 in, instead of the $80 worth of cocaine that they have $50 in. Well, those are old prices. I'm sure they're more by now. But don't do it. Do not do recreational drugs. You have no idea. Don't do pot. Don't do any drugs that are not in a sealed container from your pharmacist. I would question even the people that are selling hemp online. I think they're full of shit. They're telling you what the THC level is. They're kind of bragging about it. The regulation is lacking. You might get way more, and you put that CBD oil on your knee, and all of a sudden you're in the emergency room. Ooh, we got some cowboy. It looks like a cowboy event in here, or maybe. This is Tuesday night. There's hardly anything going on. This is a decent crowd for Tuesday night. Yeah, David Siegel built this. This is his baby. This was all remodeled on his watch. He did buy it when it was really good, but he remodeled it. Made it the best sports book in the world, the biggest. Derek Stevens might argue with that. Derek Stevens, not the Derek Stevens from Bewitched, but the Derek Stevens that owns Circa. He claims to have the biggest book, but I don't know. I think they need to just go ahead and put them on the table and see who's got the biggest. What's that poodle doing? Does he have a airplane jacket on? I mean he wanted me to talk to him, but I was worried that his owners might get nervous. People get nervous. Wow, Westgate is doing really well for Tuesday night. Normally on Tuesday night, nobody's doing well. It's some kind of cowboy situation. I see a lot of cowboy hats. Now I don't see many cowboy hats. It might be a pool tournament. Sometimes that brings in people on a Tuesday night. There's another there's a cowboy hat. There's a cowboy hat. No, that's a Pandora. A Bin Laden.
No cada vez.
Okay, it's a Mexican band situation. I don't know. see if we can find it. Oh yeah, I remember this from last year. Yeah, I gotta have a pass to get in, so I can't get in. That guy doesn't look all that big. I could probably bust past him. But I don't want to show you that. Okay, seems weird that they would not open. They're not in sync with the management of Westgate because, well, then again, are Mexican people going to eat sushi? Benihana? Probably not. So, take that back. Put her leg up like a flamingo. I like flamingos. Spanish-speaking flamingos. Nothing's better than that. This is great because I only came in here just to see if they had any tribute to David Siegel, their owner. And I haven't seen it yet. Maybe it'll be up here. I don't know. Maybe they'll do it later. I don't know. But anyway, it's kind of fitting that it's so crowded on a Tuesday night. Oh, there it is. That's a tribute right there. Yeah, how sad. He was a good dude. Smart as a whip. He worked all the way to the day he died. I'm assuming in Orlando. I think he died in Orlando. But the fact that this place is crowded on a Tuesday night, no one else is crowded on a Tuesday night, shows you the marketing. I know that he didn't do it himself, but he hired the right people to market this place. And this place sometimes is packed on a Wednesday when no one else has 5 people in their casino. And it might be a pool tournament, it might be gymnastics, it might be pickleball. We got a lot of things figured out. But without this Mexican band competition, no way this place is crowded. It would be dead right now. We always have a ball in here. How about that? $50 I make this. Ah, shit. Oh, everybody $50. Unless you got to prove to me you put it up. And now double or nothing. Bam! You got nothing. Just try to collect. I normally am the best in Vegas at that game. A lot of people say. All right, let's go out here and find out where did David Siegel make all his money. going to show you. It's not the hotel. It's not the rooms. It's not the craps table. It's right here. Preview center. Now he's been selling. He was selling timeshares long before everybody else. He was selling timeshares. When you bought a timeshare, you bought a room. You bought 323 at the Westgate, and you bought it from July 1st to July 8th. That's your room. That's your week, and you can't do a damn thing about it. Now you can trade with people back in the day, but that pretty much was your room that date. And if that room starts to get deteriorated, you got to complain and say, hey, we got to remodel this. And then all the people that are in on that room, you get a little bit of a bill in the mail and said, hey, the rooms need remodeling. But that's completely different now. Now you don't buy a room. You might buy a location, and you don't know what room you're going to get, which is better, really. And then there's also, you get multiple locations. Like Westgate owns Gatlinburg, Branson, multiple properties in Orlando. And you accumulate points, and you can use your points. Sometimes if you don't go a few years in a row, maybe you can go 3 weeks this year. And some of the points, if it's during Christmas, you're going to have to use more points. So it's a much better system now. Some might say. Some are really mad, at timeshares. But you know what? I would say there's as many or more complaints for the anti-timeshare industry, the ones that say they'll get you out of your timeshare. You don't pay if we ain't successful. And you know what? They charge you a freaking fortune to do that. And there's a lot of lawsuits against those guys too. So they're not innocent. I should have brought my guitar. Damn it. What's he got? Budweiser? What's he got? Corona? He put that down there like it's not his. Coincidental, you would think that this is a Mexican situation tonight, and they're into velvet, and this is not as crowded as it should be. They should respect the velvet. say one more thing about David. He did it his way. He didn't go public. He stayed private. He didn't waste public money. He didn't take stupid risk and make you pay for it in the stock market. He did take big risk and he won. But Caesars, MGM, those are public companies. They can spend money like crazy and nobody gives a shit. Their stock might go down by 5%. It might go up by 6% the next week. They don't give a shit. They don't run companies the way a private person does. And this is the result he got. Look at this. It's just Tuesday night. Look at all these people. This is a gold mine. A gold mine. Under $400 million he paid for this. The only other person I can compare in Las Vegas is Paul Ruffin. Paul Ruffin owns Treasure Island, and he owns Circus. Paul Ruffin can sell Circus for 4 times what he paid for it today, and he might do that. I hope he doesn't, but he might. Paul Ruffin also owned the Fontainebleau for a little while, made $400 million flipping it. Imagine you're trying to buy a house for $40,000 so you can sell it for $60,000. So you make your 20 grand. No, he made $400 million on that flip. Oh, I don't know where you're going. So those cowboy hats I saw were not cowboy hats. Those are part of the Mexican band hats. So $30 for your buffet, and then another $20 if you want to get drunker than all hell. But you got 90 minutes to get drunker than all hell. You can do it. I think you can do it. Look at all these drinks you can get. Morning Glory, Sunrise Spritz, Bloody Mary. That Bloody Mary is kind of a offensive term. But, you know, that's another day. We'll talk about that later. So normally this would be dead at Tuesday night. And I don't think there's a live game going on right now. These are all repeats. polka. What's that noise? Oh, they're playing a tuba back there. All right, let's go. I almost brought my tuba. So you might be thinking, who owns the Westgate now? Well, it's owned by his wife now, Jackie. They didn't do the modern prenup. That people think he should have done, but it doesn't matter. They have children together, a lot of children. They had a child that accidentally overdosed on drugs at 18 years old. And so now, all of a sudden, her sister does the same thing. And the family has a charity. I think it's Victoria's, the girl's name was Victoria's, I don't know. I'll look that up. I thought it was Victoria's Choice, but that wouldn't make any sense. But anyway, they lost a daughter. That was a while back. And now she's lost her sister right after losing her husband. It was the craziest story ever. Look at this monstrosity that they own. 3,000 rooms. 29 something. Don't hold me to the 3,000. But if you want to know more about that family, I hope I remember. I'll put a link, an external link at the end of this video for the video of their house that has been being built now for 20 years, I think. It's the video is Queen of Versailles. Now that only goes up to 2014 or so, and they kept thinking they were going to be in that house in 6 months. 6 months. But they're still not in it. $100 million house, 90,000 square feet. And the house they were living in during all this was about, it was definitely 15 million, something like that. Really, really big. But the new house, her closet, just her closet, is 2,400 square feet. Bigger than most people's house. So she's set, obviously. Luckily, he died whenever everything was up. If I was her, I'd sell all this and not ever worry about business again. I would expect her to do that. And then she can be a multi-billionaire instead of a multi-millionaire. Now when they went broke. When you go broke as a billionaire, you You can be $1 billion in the red and people will still loan you money. That's what happened to them. In that video, you'll see her going through the McDonald's drive-thru and asking them about the dollar menu. That might have been a little bit for show. Surely she could have, ordered off the regular menu. But my point on that is she stuck with him. She stuck with him when they were broke. Shows she deserves everything she's going to get. And plus, all the children are the both of them. So it's not like she's a scavenger. She raised children. She picked up poop off the carpet. Well, sometimes she didn't. In fact, maybe she never did. But if you see the video, there's a lot of poop on the carpet. But anyway, God bless. Rest in peace, David Siegel. And prayers out to the family now that the sister has died. Crazy story. A brilliant man. Smart as a whip. That's all I got to say about that.